Hello, my name is Kristin Dabney and this is Sari, and today we're going to be working on some thoracic extension Pilates exercises. All of these are so important to modern society people. We're so used to being at computers. It also helps find that posture, relieving a lot of neck and shoulder issues. So without further ado, let's have Sari come onto our squishy ball first. This is going to be a supported swan. The ball is going to be right under her sternum. We're going to try to increase that body awareness so that she can find how to open up through the rib cage without getting into her lumbar spine. So we'll just let her drop over, just kind of open up through that mid and upper back. Then we'll slowly draw the belly in, maybe let the pubic bone start to drop down slightly. Tops of the feet can help facilitate that pressing into the mat. We'll slowly pretend that we're watching an ant crawl along the mat to the end of the Cadillac. Once it's there, we feel as if we're pushing that squishy ball toward the ant. Yeah, still keeping that bottom rib connected into the mat, but still opening, again, thinking about a little headlight on your sternum, relaxing the neck and the shoulders. Good. And then we'll slowly release that back down. Good. Then we can release through that mid and upper back. Good. We'll try one more of these. Start to watch that ant crawl. Good. Then we start to slowly push the ball forward. She's keeping a nice long neck here. Good. Sometimes we get into that cervical spine by letting the chin jut forward. She's doing an excellent job here. As she keeps the belly pulling in and up and the pubic bone down, that's going to release any stress here in the lumbar spine. Very nice, and then we'll release back down. Now, next step here, if she's starting to feel this at all in her low back, she can let her hands come under her shoulders and press back into a little child's pose stretch and open up through that lumbar spine. Very nice. Good. Think about pushing your hands down into the mat and pulling them into your body a little bit, and that'll help decompress that low back. Beautiful. The next step is we'll come back into the squishy ball onto our sternum. But we're going to change the position of the arms. We're going to reach the arms down toward our feet. The palms will be facing down, but we're going to let the thumbs face out. So this facilitates us opening through the collarbones a little more. From here, again, all the other fundamentals are going to be present. We're picking the belly up, kind of dropping the tailbone down, tops of the feet into the mat, keeping that nice long neck. We'll start to watch the end of the mat. And then again, shine that little sternum light right over the edge of the Cadillac, finding that length. Good. Really feel that opening through the rib cage. Excellent. Beautiful. From here, slowly release that back down. Good. Now this is a little bit more extension, so she'll want to let her hands come under her shoulders. Good. And then press back again into a nice little curled tailbone. Good. To stretch through that lumbar spine. Very nice. From here, we'll move on to the reformer. Okay, now Sari has come onto the long box, onto a peak reformer. We have one green spring on for this. So the box is doing the support that the ball did on the Cadillac. We're going to slowly ask Sari to press her arms out. We'll do a little shoulder shrug. Let the shoulders come up to the ears and we'll slide them back down. Good. Now once those shoulder blades are down her back, she's going to feel as if they're like little toothpicks. It's almost like that's the prop that she's using to create that thoracic extension, just as the little ball was a prop before. So all of the other fundamentals of pulling her belly in, allowing that tailbone to drop down are integrated here. We're just going to ask her to start to lift her head. Again, there's that little ant crawling, and find that lift, 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 lift. Thinking about maybe keeping that bottom rib onto the box. Beautiful, nice broad collarbones, shining her headlight onto the front wall. Good, and then we'll slowly lengthen that back down. Good, and another one. Inhale, we'll press down, find that length. So all throughout these swan movements, we want to think about more length than how high we go. Slowly lengthening back down. Good, and again, but we've got the lumbar spine stabilized, press down and lengthen up. Good, this is going to be our longest one yet. Still energy through her legs, out through her toes. Inner thighs are active here. Beautiful, nice long extension. And then we'll slowly release it down. Nice job. You can release your head down there, Sari, and bend your elbows in. Good. Release through that lumbar spine. And then we'll move on to our next exercise. Now we've asked Sari to come into our upstretch. Her feet are against the shoulder blocks. Hands are still that little toothpick feeling into the foot bar. She's going to open up the collarbones, be nice and broad, beautiful. Still that feeling of that thoracic extension. Now she's got less support for her lumbar spine here, so she's going to have to draw that belly in and up. That pelvic floor is engaged, tailbone slightly down. Everything's just like it was with the squishy ball, the same muscle memory as it was with the box, but now we have less support. So from here, we're going to ask her to let her focus go to where the ceiling meets the wall. And as she presses back through her heels, yeah, we're going to feel that lengthening there. Her eyes are coming halfway down the wall, and then we're slowly lengthening back up again. Nice broad headlight on that. Watching for Sarah, she's so flexible in her lumbar spine. Keep the tailbone dropping down. Good. Find that length through the collarbones. Yes, broad chest as we let that focus come halfway down. And then again, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen back up. Beautiful. And again, press back into our feet. Good. Now right here, kind of drag it in. Almost feel like I'm resisting the carriage, pulling you back in to get a little more tension. Good. Relax the neck and the shoulders. One more like that. Press back. Good. And let that belly pull in and up. Tailbone down. Resist the carriage coming in. Beautiful. Now let's let our nose come down. Look down into your chest. Let the hips come back. And we'll come into a nice stretch to release that lumbar spine. Now, these exercises would not be done consecutively. We'd space them out throughout your workout. The reason we've done them in this sequence is to kind of show you the muscle awareness and all of the fundamentals of stability and mobilization in all of those exercises, and how we've progressively removed some of the support and added movement and a little more body awareness. This is Kristin Dabney, and this is Sari. Thank you, Sari.